Morning guys, hope you're well. Question came in from V, which was, how do I get enough total daily protein if I can't eat that much meat, fish and legumes? So great question. And that first comes down to, we've got to work out what we define as meat, because some people use the traditional sense, which is it's from the flesh of birds and mammals. Others lump fish into it as well. So if you can eat fish and seafood, great, go to those sources for more bioavailable and complete proteins. If you can't, not a problem. You've just got to get a bit more creative with your nuts, seeds, grains, dairy, etc. Hold on. This, for those watching some of my vids and like the tea vibes, this is Little Tong Mu from My Leaf. It's a black tea. It's absolutely lovely. Oh, so good. Right, okay, so back to the question. So yeah, you need to get a bit creative with some of the foods in the plant world. What I would do, because you put into the question, you've put, I can't eat that much meat, or is it meat, legumes and eggs, which would imply that you can tolerate some. Therefore, what I would do is I would work out what your total protein requirement is daily or weekly. And that's going to depend on your age, whether you're in a calorie deficit or after a weight loss phase, and how much, what's your training regime, how much strength training, etc. we're doing, because obviously you want to be in the higher realms of your daily requirement, which is typically around 1 gram to 2 grams. People cite often a bit more, but for general population, you're looking at it's probably north of 1 gram per kg of body weight, but somewhere around 2 or just below. Work out how much of those meat, eggs and legumes you can tolerate and eat per day, per week. Put those in and then reverse engineer your diet to then include those grains and dairies, etc. The reason being, when you do go to those plant sources for your proteins, what you are going to be ingesting more of is probably carbohydrates, and especially nuts and stuff, it's going to be fats as well. So if you are looking after nurturing a calorie deficit, then you've got to navigate and explore those increase of macros coming into it. Also, what you want to be wary of is, and this may not be applicable to you, but when you do go to those plant sources and increase dairy and increase grains, you potentially going to have increased gastrointestinal issues as well. So bloating and stuff like that. So if that is you, you'll just have to experiment with what sources you can do well on. And of course you can supplement. So you may not eat, and it depends why you're not eating the meat, but you might be able to tolerate a whey or legumes. You might be able to take on a pea protein supplement shake. If not, then I don't have any skin in the game with the tastes or the trialing of these, but there's hemp proteins, there's seed proteins, there's rice proteins. So you could always try some of them. But yeah, if you need any help on that, message me. That's kind of what we do. We can kind of help steer you through to getting your daily protein, working out what your daily protein requirement is, and then what sources to go for in order to that the diet and the macros are all going to align for your goals.